Yeah, I just wanted to say this, They say that according to my birth certificate and the family court of Jefferson County, that my name is Brandon and that I am the father of 3 children and I am the husband and I am married, and the mom and all of that, it's for the wife and for the family and all of that and all of that, You know, somebody told me that, if it wasn't for some real greedy, mean people, that I could have made somebody a lot of money. I could have made somebody a lot of money, you know. And one of the greatest opportunities, has been ruined for a whole nation, a whole generation of people because of somebody who is not me, you know. I said, but all of the gifts and all of the talents, that were available, during all the years and all of the times that, people were talking about building their own businesses and building a choir or something like that, starting their own labels and getting their mom a house, something about wanting their mom to like them or wanting to be accepted by a family, I was told that, I could have made a lot of people a lot of money, and it's a lot that I could have did, something about a lot, you know, something about a lot, you know. Somebody made some promises that, it seemed like they broke their own deal or something like that. So, when I was growing up, over the days and years and months and weeks, they said that some girl's dad ruined his own children's life, you know. And I wanted to apologize for what their dad did to them, you know. Since he doesn't have the girth or the manhood, or since he's not man enough to speak for himself, And I'm sorry that their dad ruined their life, If there was a girl, and she wanted this type of husband, she wanted this type of guy that I am, She wanted this type of character and a person with this kind of energy that I have, and a person with this kind of understanding. A person that when no one's here and when everyone's gone, a person that didn't have sex or children with other people, a person that was never quite able to finish the job, whether it was before or after, I met my wife, that kind of stuff. If she wanted this kind of relationship or this kind of husband, I apologize, Some about some BYP, blame your parents, or, BYH, blame your hyena, Something about, they tried to train her how to have sex, and they tried to train her how to be a wife, and they tried to train her how to be married, But all they trained her was how they like to do it. And I don't like any of it. That type of situation. So I apologize for her. I apologize to her. And I apologize for her dad. And I apologize to her whole family. And I apologize to all of them. Because I feel sorry and I feel bad for all of the bad karma and generational curses that they gave their own children. you know. And when her dad, whoever she is, they say that girl cannot satisfy her, and he could never be me, and he can never be who I am and what I am or how I am in any way, shape, or form, I feel sorry for her for what she can't have, and I feel sorry for her dad for what he can't be, you know? Because when it's not about an argument, when it's not about a fight, when it's not about property, when it's not about money, when it's not about clothes or shoes, and it's all about God first, the right way. It's only one way, the right way, that way, this way, the way, international, some about Texas, a place that I've never, wanted to go to, because last time I checked, there was a family by the name of Bush, and they don't need me in Texas because they have Bush, that way. And it's not my job, because there's someone that's already the governor of Texas, There's already someone there, And I was always told, to stay in a child's place, So that's why I apologize, to anyone that I may have offended at any time, I don't know why anyone would be offended at me since I don't have any victims of any kind of crimes, to their body or their person. I don't have any violent crimes against anyone. I've never been in a courtroom, with a witness or a victim saying that I'm the one that abused them, whether it was sex or violence with a gun or any kind of weapon, all that and all that. I didn't make any of those bad karma situations, I apologize to those families, when your dad said he was a king and all that, and you got to fight him or fight their family in order to be with you. And if he ruined your life and you're never going to get to have a marriage or you're never going to get to have a situation because of your dad saying that it has to be his way and you have to fight him or fight their family, then, it's not that you're not good enough. Because, like I always said, any girl worthy, right? I guess you would have to blame your dad, I guess you would have to blame your dad, and those people that agreed with your dad, Because if your dad said that he has to fight your dad or fight your family or fight your brothers or he has to do this or he has to do that, then it's because of your dad and his behavior and what he did, that you did not get the opportunity that you want and that you desired. And it's not because of me. And that is what I wanted to say. Because everyone knows, according to what I believe, that all religions are telling the truth about something, I have no record of abusing children or any of that, So when a child's mom or dad says that you can't get married or you can't be in a relationship, with a person, just you and him as husband and wife with nobody else involved, when your dad wants to be the police and the preacher and the pastor and the rule maker and the overseer of the situation, if nobody's good enough for his daughter and no one can marry his dad and he has to approve of it, then, You can blame your dad and you can thank your dad or whatever it is in those situations for why you don't have access or why you don't have the relationship or the connections that you desired to have because your dad and your family and your brothers, decided that, they wanted it a certain way. They decided to speak for you. They decided to treat you like you were their property, those types of situations. So, I'm not sure, and it's good to say I'm not sure sometimes because some people are so quick to say, oh, I'm sure. Oh, I'm sure. Oh, I'm sure. Some people are so quick to say, oh, I'm sure. Some people are so fast. They be being so fast to say, oh, I'm sure. Some people are so fast, to say that they getting their own place, they moving out, they going somewhere else. Yeah, they finna go with him or they finna go with them or no, I got something else to do. Some people are so sure, and so quick, to get their advice and their information, from other places, or for other people. But when it's without my approval and when it doesn't have my blessing and when it doesn't have my magic touch and when it doesn't have my God involved as the love and as the magic ingredient, my God, not me, of course, my God, though. When a person says their family and their dad ruined the whole world because of their dad's religion and because of their dad's God that their dad made up for no reason, and it's not my God, and it's not my religion, and it's not what I believe in, when they decided to go against the real God and the real religion, you can thank your brothers and your dad and your family, and they would have to answer the questions of who is their God and what is their religion and what were they talking about. So maybe you should ask him what he said or what did they say or where did they get their information or their religion from, because it doesn't seem to be working. It doesn't seem to be, the right way, that kind of way. So, it's not all about my family. It's not all about my children. It's not all about me, of course. Because when they said it was another family and stuff like that, when somebody else said that they had a husband and they had a dad and they had a brother and they had a family, well, whatever your God and your religion and your people and, your way, your body, your choice, it has nothing to do with me and my body and my choice and my God and my wife and my family. And I am not your enemy, of course, because I love you all. Believe me, I do. I love all the people, all the good people from Mexico, all the good people from Africa, all the good people from Europe, all the good people from Asia, you know, all the good people from Australia, all the good boys and all the good girls, just like Santa Claus, right? It's just a made up story, huh? So, the good boys and the good girls and, making the list and shaking it twice. Have you been naughty or have you been nice? You know? Do you need some chicken? Do you need some rice? Or maybe you need some of that lace and need some of that spice. You know? Or maybe you played around with a vice. You know? You might want to check your head and check your bed for the lice. You know? You might want to wear some real clothes instead of wearing those tights. You know? It ain't good to play Robin Hood, You can ask Dave about that. There was a guy named Dave that wore a dress and some tights. Talking about Robin Hood, Show got canceled, all of that, because it ain't the time or place for stuff like that. When it's serious stuff going on, spiritual stuff that got to do with God, love, and all of that, Sometimes, you just don't know. And you just won't know, and never will be. Stuff like that. It was a movie about stuff like that before. Somebody bragging on having a husband, somebody bragging on having a wife, and they was regularly sinking in a ship called the Titanic and they died. Saying that stuff didn't save them. Stuff like that. Straight like that. So, whether you call him your daddy or your big daddy or your little daddy or a big G or a little G or all of that and all of that, In these days and times, in these days and times that we dying in, as a people, as a nation, in these days and times that we dying in, because we can't make it, and we can't do this, and we can't talk, and we can't walk, stuff like that, In these days and times, where we failing to thrive, In these days and times, where we can't have sex, In these days and times, where we as a nation of people, it's almost like an endangered species, and we ain't got no power, and it's all about God. I really don't know what other people believe in, but since I believe all religions are telling the truth about something, if only the truth can set you free, whether it's dopey as Poppy, whether it's Pope Pius, whether they call themselves the Pope or any of it. I was watching the news and there's plenty of people that's been apologizing and trying to tell the truth about the bad activities that they participated in, you know? It was a story one time that they told about a guy. They said it was this one guy. And if he left and went away, that the whole world would end. But they didn't want the world to end because they were like, if the whole world end and he leave, everybody was going to the lake of fire and was going to be tortured forever and ever and ever for generation after generation because they took it too far. And that they better make it right. It was a story about that before. And like all because of some girl's dad or some girl's brother, you know, he was not her husband. That type of situation. And since I was busy being married and I am a husband, I don't know why they would do that. You know, It was a story about a boy, and they treated him like a dog, you know. They said they kept poking the dog and they kept on being mean to the dog, and then the dog ran away and went somewhere else. And then the people started getting sick and started getting mad and was missing the dog, and they wanted him to come back and stuff like that and stuff. But where is the love? Where is the respect? Where is the apology? All of that. And it's not because of me, because I love you all, believe me, I do. And I've apologized for everything that they did and everything that I did and everything that's going on, and everything that's going off. Either way. They said it was someone's dad or someone's family that had a tradition that they wanted to kiss people and hug people and touch people and have sex with people a certain way or something like that, or else they would not approve of a certain situation. Well, then I guess they just ruined a whole bunch of people's life because I'm not participating in it. And I am married and I have children is what they tell me. So, whoever that person's dad or whoever their brother is or whoever it is, maybe that's why all the people are mad and been doing this stuff, because he doesn't seem to be worth all of this. He doesn't seem to have the cure. He doesn't seem to have the magic touch. He doesn't seem to have the right kind of love. He doesn't seem to have the right kind of way. Can he say he did it all without shooting a gun? Can he say he did it all without using handcuffs or putting kids in cages? Can he say he never put children in cages? Can he say that he never did business, with people and gave them their own business to sell guns and drugs? Big Pharma, the pharmacy, those places. Can he say that he never participated in making that poison? Can he say that, he never had sex with another person outside of his wife before or after he met his wife? If he even has a wife, because I don't even know if he's even married, I don't even know who he is, because they said it was just some girl's dad or brother or someone who wanted to act like they were their dad or brother or husband or some craziness, and that there was a conflict of interest. He wanted someone to work with him or be a part of what he had going on. But I don't know what it is, because I had no interest in what he had going on. And I don't want to work with him. And I don't want to be part of what he has going on, So if his business is through and it's over, and if it's just the end of the world, then, I would suggest that everyone pray. But to all my brothers and my wife and to all of my sisters and to all of my family members, those that chose God, those that believe in me, those that believe in what I say, those that believe that it is wrong what people have done to me, those that believe in the same God that I believe in, I can't wait. I cannot wait for the gloriousness and the beautifulness that, eyes have not seen and ears have not heard. Because with a smile on my face, with a boisterous voice, like a billowing wind, have no words to express the magic, the power, the strength, the fortitude of what it is. Solidified, you know. You never needed any of the others. You never needed any of their seats, any of their parties, any of their handshakes, any of their hugs, or any of their paperwork, you know. You never needed any of that, you know. All you ever needed, you know, was a marriage license, a marriage, you know, because with God as my witness, first comes love, then comes marriage. A person that has that connection to God, well, you know, the beautifulness, all of the love, you know, the future, right? And if you know, well, if you know, you know. Because, you know, the way I was taught, you wouldn't want the outsiders to find out, right? You know, don't tell Brandon, right? So since they would always say, don't tell Brandon, don't tell Brandon. Well, they told me not to tell, right? They said, don't tell Brandon. So I won't tell. 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 My secret. My secret. Break it down. Babe, babe, babe. So I won't tell. I won't tell. Because, you know, I wouldn't want to be the type of person, you know, to offend anyone. So since they told me don't tell, you know, I won't tell, I won't tell, I won't tell, I won't tell, I won't tell. My secret, my secret, I won't tell. You know that way. Because my name is a brand, right? And you know how I like when the girls sing, you know. So, you know, I don't really know what they had going on. And I don't really know what kind of church or what kind of choir or what kind of group or what kind of business or what kind of deal or what kind of, you know, whatever they had going on, you know. But, you know, you don't have to worry, you know. Because I won't tell, I won't tell, I won't tell, I won't tell, I won't tell. No, I won't. No, I won't. No, I won't. You know, and I know I can't sing and all that. But you know, it said make a joyful noise, right? So with a smile on my face, you know, and all of that, and all of that. You know, the way I was taught, you know how they say, right? God is God. Jesus is Jesus. The Lord is the Lord. Yahweh is Yahweh. Jehovah is Jehovah. Jacob is Jacob. Job is Job. You know, stuff like that. But my name, Brandon, you know, and I'm a good boy, you know. I'm Mr. Good Luck John, man. That way. You know what I'm saying? I'm just your old local neighborhood danger boy, dopey. You know, straight like that, you know. Young danger boy, dopey is poppy cat. You know. Dopey is poppy, dopey is poppy, dopey is poppy, dopey is poppy. Player, I be focused on realness. You know, that way. You know. You know what they call me though? They call me Young Danger Boy Dopey. I'm Danger Boy Dopey. Dopey. You know, all of that now, you know? Dopey is poppy. Dopey is poppy. Where's them people that said that they shot me? Look at them haters and think they look at them, think that they got me. Dopey is poppy. Dopey is poppy. I might just pull up inside a jalopy, looking at all of the people that shot me, watching them die every day looking sloppy. Dopey is poppy. Dopey is poppy. I might just pull up inside a jalopy, looking at all of the people that shot me, watching them die every day they look sloppy. Dopey is poppy. Dopey is poppy. I might just pull up inside a jalopy, looking at all of the people that shot me, watching them die every day they look sloppy. Dopey is poppy. Dopey is poppy. I might just pull up inside a jalopy, looking at all of the people that shot me, watching them die every day they look sloppy. Dopey is poppy. Dopey is poppy. I might just pull up inside a jalopy, looking at all of the people that shot me, watching them die every day they look sloppy. And baby, that's a fact from Young Danger Boy. Dopey is poppy cat, baby. You. And you know where I'm at. Straight like that. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not suicidal, and I am not a threat to myself or others. So what about that? You know, what about that? You know, it was a lady that would say, you know, it was a lady that would always talk about that, you know. It was a lady that would always talk about that. And what's that gonna do? What's that gonna do? What's that gonna do? What that? What that? What that? What that? What's that gonna do? Big cat. Jaguar. Cougar. Oh, where you at, baby? Oh, what you gonna do now? What you gonna do? What you gonna do? You know? What you gonna do? You know? All of that and all of that, you know? You say you make me speak in my native tongue, yo. I'm doing Danger Boy Dopey as Poppycat, baby. My name is Brandon Johnson, you know. I was born March 4th, 1984, you know. I had marriage certificate, it says April 30th, 2004, you know. That's the way. I don't need dreads. I don't need dreads. I'd rather be me than to have fake dreads. I don't need a soul in my head, cause I'm not bald head, and I watch y'all dead every day. I watch you die. I don't have no chicken cause I don't need to fry. All of that, a French fry or two. A French fry or two. A French fry or two. Do you need a French fry or two? Do you need a French fry or two? A humidifier. Yeah, that way. Where my old riches at? Oh, that way. Yeah. Tell me what do you know now? Yeah, do you need pineapples on your? Yeah, Dama knows what a pizza. Yeah, Ula malamisa. Ho, Isula marisa. Mos, Selemo malesa. Ko, Ile pele alright. Oh, I say they ain't alright. Roy, they don't understand it. Yo, you know what I'm saying? Hey, Zion. Hey, I'm the one you got your eye on. No, don't follow me, bro. Hey, I'm just a Negro, right? Go to your boyfriend. Yeah. Play with your toys, man. Hey, understand what I'm saying? Yeah. What is going on, man? If I am the producer, You must be the devil, my accuser. Ho! Understand what I'm saying? Hey, I know where I'm going to. Hey, can you come with me? Huh? Go and ask your daddy. Right? Batty boy. Huh? A batty boy, batty boy. Huh? Are you a batty boy, batty boy? Huh? Are you a batty boy, batty boy? Huh? Are you a bar girl? Huh? Well, bye girl, bye girl. Hey, are you a bar girl, a batty boy? Oh, you know I'm not a naughty boy. I'm not a naughty boy. I'm not a nasty boy. I don't need iced tea, boy. No, I don't drink iced tea. No, you can't get like me. No, I'm from another world. Huh. Go and find another squirrel, right? Because I don't have no nuts for you. Oh, this is not what you want to do. Oh, understand what I'm saying? Huh? I can do my own self. Oh, go and pitch your record somewhere on Dr. Dre's show. You know, all of that now, you know what I'm saying? They make me speak into my native tongue, you know, and all of that, you know, that's going on, you know. I just want to say I want to thank all of the beautiful people, you know, that have entertained me, you know, and that have, giving me this opportunity to speak, you know, to all of the beautiful people in China, to all of the beautiful people in Asia, to all of the beautiful people in Africa, Kemet, you know, all of that, to all of my beautiful people from Kemet, to all of my beautiful people in Africa, to all of the Orishas, to all of the Sengomas, you know, all of that in all of that, you know, to all of the people that are not hyenas, you know. I don't like those hyenas, you know, to all of the people that were not our oppressors, you know, to all of the people that did not drop atomic bombs, of course, you know, that's where, you know, to all of the people that did not oppress us, you know, to all of the people, you know, that did not trade us as livestock and, you know, all of that, you know, to all of the people that were not pimps, to all of the people that are not the king of the South, you know, to all of the people that do not like T.I., to all of the people that do not like Snoop Dogg, to all of the people that do not like Death Row Records as a record label or a staff, to all of the people that do not like Tupac, you know, that way. Those are my people. I stand with you. You know, that way. To all of the people that don't like Cardi B's music or whatever. To all of the people that say there's no such thing as an Afro-Latina. That way. To all of the people that do not fear death. Ukla mama. That way. All of that and all of that. All of this and all of this, you know. Because you cannot be a grandmother if you are never a mother. You cannot be a grandfather if you are never a father. You know, that way. Speak to them, Brandon, in your regular Native American tongue, you know. Speak to them, Brandon, it's what I shall do, you know. Okay, you can't say that you a grandmother when you was never even a mother. When you weren't taking care of me when I was 14 years old, 15 years old, 16 years old, 17 years old, when you let me get molested, you can't say that you my family. You could never be a grandmother because you was never even a mother. You can never be a grandfather because you was never even a father. If you was a father, I would have never got molested. If you was a mother, I would have never got molested because you would have been fathering me and you would have been mothering me. So you don't deserve to call yourself a father or a mother or a grandfather or a grandmother or a sister or a brother. That way. It ain't no fight or no fighting words. It's just the truth, baby. Because how you gonna make it to the next level of being a grandmother or a grandfather when you was never even a mother or a father in the first place to your own child? Understand that. When you was busy being somebody's sex worker, when you was busy being somebody's prostitute, when you was busy being somebody's hooker, you know, what, TJ, your boyfriend, was your TJ hooker? You know, that kind of situation. I don't know. They would have to answer that. Because, whatever it was that you was doing, you can't claim a title that you did not earn, baby. So no, I don't hate you. I love you all, believe me, I do. But I'm not gonna call you mother, and I'm not gonna call you father, and I'm not gonna call you grandmother, and I'm not gonna call you grandfather, and I'm not gonna call you sister, and I'm not gonna call you brother, because you wasn't being a sister or a brother or a mother or a father or a grandmother or a grandfather to me. You was not being those titles. So you don't get the credit for something you did not do. Those types of situations. But I love you all, believe me, I do, And this is crazy because with all these things going on, all over the place, she wanted my wife and my children and my family to understand, I love you, wife. I love you, children. I love you, family. All my family. All my children. And my beautiful, glorious wife. And all of that. There's some crazy people in the comment section and stuff like that or whatever trying to say stuff about some other husband or some other wife or some other stuff. I be telling them, hey, my wife is my wife and my children. I don't know what your husband or your wife gonna do. I don't know what your children or your family gonna do, But, according to my God, and all of that, somebody need to tell the truth. And since I already apologized, and since I already told all my truths, unless they claiming that they are angel, unless they claiming that they are God, then it seems like every other pastor and every other preacher and every other bishop and every other rabbi, it seems like they got a truth that they need to tell about their own sins and their own sex and their own before and after they met their wife and what they did wrong. Because I already told what I done. So, if they were not strong enough to speak the way that I've spoken, if they were not strong enough to control their body and their sexuality when they were around children, boys, girls, and, other people's husband and other people's wife, if they have something that they need to confess, not me. Yeah, and I just want to, I just want to say, to my girl, my lady, my wife, my baby. I love you, baby girl. You're going to always be my baby girl. You always got a seat at my table in the kingdom of God, in the throne room, in the holy palace, those places that I would tell you about, that house that I told you I would provide for you, all that stuff that I told you that I would give you, all of that access that I said I had to certain types of, products, whether it was Trill Dot Productions, I ain't got to be bluffing about nothing. You can trust it if I say it, All I got to do is just let me know, baby girl, It's your world, baby girl. And I'm not a squirrel. And I'm not trying to get a nut, So you know how it is, I'm just laid back chilling, praying for the family, praying for the people, It's a shame the way they abused all them children and they abused all them females, It's a shame the way they went out there and locked all them people up. had all them children in cages, made all of them people mad, while I'm just sitting here, praying. It's a shame the way they gave all of that negative energy to all of them people. And it's no way to blame me for it. Because when I've been in the state of Georgia ever since 2014, being productive, thinking about the family, being in love, with so many different people, And it's like one of the craziest things about it, How many of you can say that you loved a whole bunch of people but only had 6? As a married person, you can only think about your wife and have sex with your own wife, because whenever somebody before or after you met your wife tried to have sex with you, you wasn't able to finish the job. How many of you can say that? How many of you guys' love has been that strong, I'm 38 years old today, I can say that, How many of you can say that? I went in the clubs, I went in the buildings, I went in the churches, and all of the beautiful girls that I seen over there, and oh my God, it feels like, all of that love and all of that lust and all of that energy and all of that passion and all of that attraction and all of the strong sexual urges and desires, that they tried to spark up, and it feels like I love them all, and with all of that love, I was able to control myself and not actually have sex or finish the job with anyone before or after I got married. And the only time I was able to do it, when I was with a girl and she was telling me that she my wife, and I got a marriage license and a marriage certificate, and then and only then was it going on like that, Now, I mean, the real men, the real guys, the real fellas out there can say that, that you made it to that level of love, of power, of strength. I ain't worried about the guns. I ain't worried about your property or your body or your size or your rank or your status. Can you go from place to place like I did around some of the most beautiful, sexiest, magical, females in the world, whether they was fairies, whether they was witches, whether they was orishas, whether they was readers, whether they was queens, whether they was princesses, whatever they call themselves, and the beautifulness thereof, whether they had long hair, whether they had short hair, whether they had color in their hair, whether they had an earring in their nose, whether they had tattoos on them, whether they was a bald head, or whether they had a big old afro, or whether they had a wig on, and all the beautifulness of all of those females. How many of you guys, or girls can say that, you did not have sex with any of them because you love the person that you're in a relationship with more than sex with all of those people that made themselves available? Can you say that? Can you say that? When girls say you can do anything you want, Brandon, you can have your way with me, Brandon. Ooh, Brandon, you can have all of us. How many of you guys can say that when you were given that opportunity and when folks approach you that way, like, no, I got to tell my wife, I got to go home. I can't do this. This not right. I'm married. I ain't supposed to do this. Oh, you married? Oh, a girl like, well, my grandma told me that I'm never supposed to have sex with somebody else's husband. And be like, yeah, and that's what you're supposed to do, You're supposed to tell people that you're married, because how would she have known that you was someone else's husband unless you told her that you was married? Because when you was there, you was thinking about your marriage and thinking about your wife, because I actually love my marriage and I actually love my wife, and I wasn't ever trying to play nobody, Cause that boy, this boy said even if he was around another girl, whether he was at the strip club, whether he was at the hotel, whether he was here or there or anywhere, he'll be talking about his wife or whatever, it would be their fault, after, he told him about his wife, if they tried to disrespect his wife, and have sex with him anyway, after all of them times, he said, no, he don't feel right unless he's his wife. And anybody that is not my wife and was not my wife, and it tried to disrespect my wife, you would need my wife's blessing and you would need the forgiveness of my wife, you would need her approval in order, for her to forgive you for what you did to me and for what you did to her, since the marriage is a marriage of me, the husband, and her, the wife, and it has to be an agreement. The wife would have to forgive you for what you did to me as her husband. And if she says she don't never want to forgive you, then you probably shouldn't have did what you did, dude. Because, like they told me in 2015, 2016, and 2017, you're not supposed to make your wife do something, Brandon. So if my wife don't want to forgive you, and if her children don't want to forgive you, and if they angels, or if they magic, or if they hybrids, or if they fairies, or if they some kind of other breed of person, and they want everybody to go to the lake of fire, then you probably shouldn't have did what you did, dude. Because you wouldn't want me trying to make somebody do something they don't want to do. So, if you got any further questions, ask the children what they want to do. Ask my wife what she want to do. And ask me, because that's a family, right? The children, the wife, and the husband, right? And when you ask me what I want to do, you know what I'm going to tell you? Ask God. That way. Because I believe in God, You understand what I'm saying? I believe in God. So when you ask me what is the answer? What is it that I want to do? What is it? Ask God, baby. Ask God. Because if you believe in God, then that means you follow God and you submit to God. And since I am not God, I gave you the right directions, didn't it? So when you ask me, Brandon, what are we supposed to do? Well, Brandon, what am I supposed to do? I'm not God. But then I give you the directions. Ask God. And if God don't want to talk to you, and if God turned his back on you, and if God turned away from you, then maybe you should apologize to me for what the fuck you did to me. Whoever you is. That way.